Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
And they are terrible friends.
Yeah. Shut up, Max.
Stop it. You stop it.
I love Max, but we have our enemies.
When did Max become the heel, by the way? He just turned into the heel of like the Scene Snobs channel. The chat, everyone's
he's
like
not the heel of the channel. Everybody loves him. It's our vendetta. Like we're both after each other. It's like X versus Sever. That's what this is.
Oh, that's fascinating.
We got to come together in the end to save the day. When all of you are like either dead or like in a net, a big net, like cargo net, and like, just hanging from a warehouse.
Like they tripped the net. Like did they get captured and then put in the net, or did they like walk and then tripped it, like a la Return of the Jedi?
You tripped it, but it was all of you. It was everybody who's a host on the Scene Snobs, and it's just Max and I have to go in and now save you guys, and that's just how this works.
That is the worst choose your own adventure.
It's the best choose your own adventure.
You're not leaving that room. What are you talking about? Until everyone is vaccinated.
Oh yeah, that's true. And God forbid Tennessee and Mississippi are still wear masks for a little while. Did I just wish you death? Facebook user, I never wish you death, but I don't know who's behind the Facebook user. I like to feel like it's Florida man just hanging out with us. So that's what you are. You're a naked man drinking a natty ice in front of his phone, watching the Scene Snobs.
Well, they're a little more upscale than that. It's probably one of those Zimas, one of them fancy drinks.
I go with the Zima.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait, we're not beginning shortly. We're beginning now.
Surprise!
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast. I am, of course, your host, Mick Manhattan, Scene Snob, and I am joined, as always, by my good friend, my partner in crime, Mr. Madman Casey Platt.
I would prefer the illustrious. I feel like I've earned it.
You have. And I just want to let everybody know, check out the scroll down below. This Friday, Casey and I are hosting an 8-hour, it's called Save Brady 8-hour Fundathon. It is all live from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. We are going to be going hard. We have so many guests. We have awesome shows joining in. It's just going to be great. So it's going to be
a complete crazy adventure. Everyone join. Mm-hmm. Take your Friday night and chop it up and fit us in there somewhere.
Here you go. It's to save this little puppy right here. This little puppy, his name is Brady. He needs to get his eye removed because it has an infection behind it. So we're working to get him there. So let's save Brady. That's what's happening this Friday, March 5th, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., 8-hour online fundraiser event. We're going to save Brady. There's a GoFundMe available now. You can go and donate now. So go to thescenesnobs.com. That picture I just showed you, it's on there. It's a link. It goes straight to the GoFundMe, and you can donate. So without further ado, it's Facebook user. Miller Lite in Jersey. Get it right. Oh, I know who that is. He is a sports snob if I've ever seen one.
Valid. Hey, buddy. Yeah, definitely save Brady. That eye infection is no joke, man.
That is true. That is very true. And we do want to save Brady, so we are working hard to do so. So if you have any questions during the show, please feel free to ask, and we will happy to answer them for you.
Well, this isn't a school. We're not taking time to answer no questions. Nah. You don't raise your hand, we'll get to you eventually. Nah.
Only slightly less important than Brady is, you too can become a Scene Snob super fan on Patreon. You join up, $5 a month, you get a bunch of perks, and you get to hang out with us, and it's always a good time, and we get paid. Not really. I'll just be paying the bills with that money. But that's about it. I don't get paid for anything. With that being said, we have a new segment that we like to do. We're going to be covering the Golden Globe winners. We're going to go down the list, but we're going to go with this new segment called Casey Knows Best. He's going to tell us whether it's good or not, the winner is good or not, and worth seeing or not worth seeing. And as we go along, we'll find out what we should be watching. You ready,
Absolutely.
Case?
I'm ready when you are, buddy. Fire away, Mick.
All right. Where should I start? How about the best picture drama, the big one?
Oh, yeah. Let's go from that position. I'm stoked.
Nomadland.
Yes, Nomadland. That is, I believe, a Hulu exclusive.
That is a Hulu exclusive. You are correct.
Yep. So if you have the money to spend on Hulu, I'd say it's probably worth a watch. If you don't, though, like so many of us who during this pandemic have unfortunately had to trim the fat, as it were, for whatever reason, you can probably get by without it.
All right. Well, have you seen it?
No, I'm too busy with other things. I've got a show to do. I'm in the middle of a Buffy rewatch. That's not on the list, not high on the list.
It's very fair, my friend.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Yeah, but it's there. It's definitely on a list.
All right. You heard it here first. Check out Nomadland.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely try.
How about our best? What is it? It was the best picture musical comedy, and that is Borat's subsequent movie film. Sacha Baron Cohen won the prize on that. What do you say?
Well, let me tell you something about Sacha Baron Cohen. He's a fantastic actor. I'm a big fan of his. Everything he's done has been glorious. Now, when it comes to these Borat movies, you can get some laughs out of it. It's probably going to make you laugh as much, maybe chuckle like Jackass did. But I mean, there's other options out there. If you want to watch something funny, you could just find, anything else. I'm sure the top 10 of Netflix has some better choices than that. So,
Okay. Well,
enjoy. Did you see it? No, absolutely not. I actually, subsequently, along with this Buffy rewatch, I'm also rewatching Justified. Way better.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. So Casey knows best. You're going to get, if he doesn't like it and doesn't care if you go see it, you're going to get something different. He's going to give you some good recommendations.
Tons of other options out there.
This is his audition for Crossing the Streams.
Yes. Oh, gosh. If only I could do a show with Jeff Dwoskin.
You got to do a show with Jeff.
It's my life's goal, man. One day it's going to happen. I don't know. I think that guy's just annoyed by me. Understandably so, of course.
I didn't see this next one. When it comes to the actors, this isn't a knock on the actors. I'm just going to say the movie. But as Best Actress, Motion Picture Drama, Andra Day, she starred in the United States versus Billie Holiday. What do you think? Casey knows best. You tell us.
I think there were other choices.
Did you see the movie?
No, of course not. No. I was probably at that point in the middle of my MCU rewatch, which I just previously wrapped up. Around that time, probably at Ant-Man, honestly. Which you want to talk about a funny movie? Ant-Man, people. Gets me every time. Plus, beautiful father-daughter story on 2 levels.
Very true. Yeah, that is very, very true. I never even thought about the second level. All right, here we go. Mr. Chadwick Boseman won for Best Actor for Motion Picture Drama. Again, we're not knocking the actors in any way. We're talking about the movies for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Now, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Mm-hmm. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a biographical pick, a docudrama, I believe, as it's called in some circles. Chadwick Boseman, fantastic man. Unfortunate what happened to him, taken too soon. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is definitely on my watch list. I'll tell you, it's on the radar, as it were.
So you haven't seen it?
No, of course not. No, around that time, because it's been popping up the whole time, but I started at Iron Man around the time Ma Rainey's came on. So, which directed by Jon Favreau, starring Robert Downey Jr. Fantastic flick. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
Just recommend Iron Man over Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah. I love it. That's why we go to you for all of this.
It's my knowledge, man. Come on, bring it.
Best Actor, Motion Picture, Musical Comedy. Rosamund Pike, I Care a Lot. What do you think?
No, Rosamund Pike has always done fantastic stuff. I'm a really big fan of hers. She's a wonderful actress. I Care a Lot, I believe, also has Margot Robbie. A couple other big actresses. Very, very, very interesting story. Yeah.
So, did you care a lot to see it?
No, but from the trailer, it definitely looked like something that I could be interested at some point. And I believe at that point I was actually locked into Avengers when I saw it, which first Avengers, if you haven't seen it, Joss Whedon movie, not a big fan of Joss Whedon, the human being, definitely a big fan of him, the director. So you should check out Avengers.
All right. So the next one is Sacha Baron Cohen won for Best Actor for Borat subsequent movie film. We already said that, whether you saw it or not. All right. So we have Best Supporting Actress Motion Picture, Jodie Foster in The Mauritanian,
yes. Now, Mauritanian is one of those weird movies that came out at South by Southwest. It never actually got picked up or hit in time for like award show. I should say it wasn't really released widely. So I guess, yeah, it was kind of tough to get your hands on it. Incidentally, someone did get their hands on it, and I do have access to it.
Oh, very cool. So you saw it?
No, absolutely not. Around that time, I was actually teaching my daughter about Avengers Age of Ultron because she was curious about the Scarlet Witch. So I felt it important to, teach her that with something that was worthwhile.
All right. Fair enough. Best Supporting Actor Motion Picture, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
All right. So I'm guessing you haven't seen it.
Negative. Nope. I don't know enough about that one. I'd rather just not be rude to it.
Best Director Motion Picture, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. We already talked about that.
Yes, which is definitely on a streaming service.
It is definitely on a streaming service. Best Screenplay Motion Picture, Aaron Sorkin, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, let me tell you what. When this came out, I got so stoked, considering you got Sacha Baron Cohen, you've got just a litany of people. Eddie Redmayne, actually, oddly enough, looks pretty rocking in it. So I was super excited when that came out.
So you've seen it?
No. I added it to my list, and then I was busy watching other stuff on Netflix. Not even on Netflix. I flipped back over to Hulu to flip on more Justified.
All right, fair enough.
Got to see
Justified all the time.
Well, the Disney Plus also with WandaVision, since I wanted to be up on my MCU stuff because the storytelling is just fantastic. So why risk it on something that might suck?
That's very fair. So, Best Picture Animated, Soul.
It's going to blow you away, but I may have actually seen this one.
Ooh,
Yeah, we got one. We got a winner. And let me tell you, Soul was very average.
So you tell everybody to go see it?
Sure. If you've got some time to kill and, you're vacuuming and you happen to flip something on, yeah, Soul's definitely there, worth it. Look, out of all the Pixar movies thus far, it has been one of the weaker ones because it feels more geared towards adults. So I love it. It was good for me, but River was incredibly bored by it. So I think, if you're talking about kids' movies or animated movies, the kids are going to tell you best. And in that case, I'm going to defer to my daughter. And she said it was meh.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Best Picture Foreign Language, Minari.
Yes, that was definitely a movie. It absolutely, was released and someone directed it. There were some actors and actresses. And so I would recommend that you make up your own mind. How about that? That's my recommendation. You decide.
All right. So you've seen it?
No, absolutely not. I was knee deep in figuring out Iron Man 3 at that point because I haven't seen it in so long. And I do love Iron Man 3. It was fantastic. Actually, Captain America Winter Soldier shortly thereafter, which is one of your favorites, one of mine as well. Robert Redford crushes it in that movie.
So you don't want to go see. So your recommendation is don't see anything we're talking about that won awards. Go watch the MCU.
I don't want to say that's necessarily the only thing I'm recommending, but it is pretty high on the list.
Or Justified.
Or Buffy.
Or Buffy, of course. Best Drama Series, The Crown.
Yes, The Crown. Now, I was a huge fan of season 1. Huge. Loved it. I definitely started season 2. And then I stopped.
So you have seen it then?
Some. Yeah, not enough to really, not this season. I watched a little bit to see Gillian Anderson be pretty awesome as Margaret Thatcher, and Olivia Colman crushes it as the Queen Elizabeth. So, those performances were cool.
So would you recommend everybody check it out?
No, I'm sure there's other things you can be doing with your time. I mean, unless you get a wild hair up the old pooper and you feel like watching something period piece, there's Bridgerton too. So if you get past Bridgerton while flipping through the Netflix choices, The Crown's in there.
All right. So best musical comedy series, Schitt's Creek.
All right. Yeah, no, I love Schitt's Creek. Like if you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, you should definitely stop what you're doing and go watch Schitt's Creek. I give it a
stop what you're doing. We still have about 45 minutes left.
Well, I mean, you can keep us playing and put Schitt's Creek on. I mean, come on.
You can watch Schitt's Creek after it. It is no. Then we have Carpool Shenanigans. So after Carpool Shenanigans, binge Schitt's Creek until tomorrow when we're on.
So basically, between midnight and about 6 p.m., just go nuts on Schitt's Creek.
Watch everything. All the way up till the next Scene Snobs episode, and just go from there.
I mean, Schitt's Creek did such a fantastic job that it was able to get Tina Turner's "The Best" stuck in my mind for like 3 weeks straight.
That was a great use of that song.
Beautifully so, twice. I mean, they brought it in twice. So it was pretty special.
You heard it here, folks.
Daniel Levy's brilliant. Eugene Levy's hilarious as always. The impeccable Catherine O'Hara is just phenomenal. Yeah. And oh man, I can't remember the young actress's name who plays the daughter, but she is fantastic as well. There's really no weak role. I was a fan across the board in Schitt's Creek. So yeah, check it out.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. How about The Queen's Gambit?
The Queen's Gambit was a fantastic miniseries. I was a big fan. Anya Taylor-Joy is a really good actress, so I would recommend it. But remember, it's buried. There's other stuff that might hit you first, so don't be afraid to stop on other things. But because the other issue with Queen's Gambit, once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles. You got to finish.
So you have seen Queen's Gambit, then?
Yes, I have in fact seen that one.
I dig it, and you recommend it?
Yeah, highly.
All right. Mark Ruffalo won for Best Actor and TV Motion Picture. I know this much is true.
Yes, I know this much is true. So that is the title of a movie that Mark Ruffalo was in.
So you've seen it?
No. I was definitely probably watching Buffy whoop the master's ass.
All right.
Yeah.
So how about we did Schitt's Creek. That's there. How about Ted Lasso?
Okay, now Ted Lasso is a brilliant show. We've got, I'm going to completely space on his name.
That's Jason Sudeikis?
Thank you, Jason Sudeikis. Yes, Olivia Wilde's ex. He is a glorious actor, and he plays a fantastic role. I really enjoy Ted Lasso because it's got a lighthearted element that I think a lot of shows are missing. And too many things focus on the negative, and this one actually brings it back around in a fun, comedic, and lighthearted way. So watch it.
All right. So check it out. All right.
It's on Apple TV, correct?
Yes, it is.
So good luck finding it unless you're an Apple person.
John Boyega won for Best Supporting Actor in Television for Small Axe.
Now, Small Axe, let me tell you about John Boyega. He was glorious as Finn, and I was a big fan of his. He also, what was the Attack the Block?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I loved Attack the Block. He was glorious in that. So anything he's in, I usually definitely want to watch. Yeah.
All right. Well, how about...
I have not seen it, and I wouldn't bother. You can watch the other movies I just brought up and see John Boyega be awesome.
That is everything. So you've heard it here, folks, everybody. That's all the winners we're going over. Casey says, go see Schitt's Creek. Make sure you watch Queen's Gambit and check out Ted Lasso. Those are your three that he is definitely on board with. Everything else he has not seen, but may recommend or may not recommend, but that's up to you.
Because I think every person has to decide what truly makes them happy.
That's true. I'll give that to you. Or Casey knows best, so he'll decide what will make you happy.
Well, yeah, anything in the MCU.
Facebook user wants to know if he gets nudes with the donation.
Of course, man. I always do tasteful ones.
You don't want this. You do not
I do
want
tasteful ones. Well, are you kidding me? We have that giant unicorn that I told you could just cover those areas.
No. Not going to happen. Sports Snob Kaz will have an OnlyFans soon. He should have an OnlyFans soon. Hated Borat. I didn't care for Borat. Man, 2 Facebook users or the same one.
Everyone's Facebook usering.
Mike Clinton says, what's up, guys? What's up, Mike? It's Facebook users everywhere. Is there any movie you have seen No, those are all TV shows you recommended.
Yeah. No, I don't. All these new fancy movies. Honestly, man, cutting off the movie theater has been so hurtful. I didn't realize how much I needed a movie theater in my life just to keep things in order. So not having one has sucked.
Oh, I can imagine. Casey, have you seen anything since 2000?
Oh yeah, the MCU is all past 2000.
Oh,
Yeah, Justified was like 07.
everything that he just recommended was past 2000.
Yeah.
I would ask him, I would actually beg to question him, did he see anything before 2000?
That's a really good question. I mean, Masters of the Universe was definitely before 2000. Firefly. I'm pretty sure that was before 2000.
It was at the cusp right there. That should be a t-shirt. That's everything, Casey, should be a t-shirt.
As long as it's not my face, it should be a t-shirt.
I don't think I've seen any of these movies or shows. Neither is Casey. Testing to see if I'm also a Facebook user. I don't know how many Facebook users we have.
I really love that. I hope everyone is just Facebook users. It's fantastic.
I got to tell you, it is Women's History Month, and
It is.
we did decide that every episode this month on the Scene Snobs, we are going to pick a woman who is very influential in the entertainment industry, that we want to shine a light on, because it is very important, and they've opened up a lot of doors, not just for women, but broke glass ceilings and changed things. And a lot of women are the reason for many of the technological advancements within the film world. So we want to shine a light on a lot of them. And Casey and I are both going to pick one each week and just kind of explain a little bit of a backstory of why we chose and who this person was and why she was influential. So, Casey.
Hey, buddy.
Who is your influential woman and for Women's History Month that was influential in the film or television world?
So this was kind of a weird one because as I was going through, I didn't realize how completely, I don't know, dumb I am, I guess, for lack of a better term. I have been sort of out of touch. You and I, with all of our conversations, I used to be far more tapped into entertainment and exactly what's going on and much more zing, zing, bing, bing, paid attention to it all. With the pandemic and with work and the way things have been going, I've been a little bit off. So this time around, I really have a couple that I want to tap into, but I wasn't able to research super heavily. So I actually went with one who has been more of a recent filmmaker and a recent woman in history who I'm a big fan of, is Ava DuVernay. So it's much more recent history, but with the work she's put out, I'm just a big fan of her directing style. With actually the product she puts out, she's fantastic. And what she's doing, being a Black woman making incredible movies. So that's the angle I started with. I figured this is a good way to start.
That's awesome, man. That's a great choice. She is certainly breaking down, glass ceilings and doing so many influential things within the industry and changing things for people of color in the industry and so much more. So it's truly amazing. And that's a great choice. I tapped the past, and I wanted to go with one that doesn't need a woman that doesn't need the light shined on her. She's fairly well known, but I think as we kind of go through time, a lot of younger generations don't understand how influential she was in the television world, especially. So I want to, I'm trying to tap in, for me, a lot of women who are underappreciated. And I think that as it goes on, it gets a little different here and there, and people forget. But my first choice is Lucille Ball.
Yeah, I'm really glad that someone was going to say it. I wanted to pop her and use her, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm very glad I didn't. My whole reason was Star Trek. I mean, Desilu Productions did so much, and she did so much, and she was definitely a trailblazer considering the era to which she did it.
Yeah, I mean, so I chose her because she's an inspiration in many ways. She's inspiration for me and my love of producing. She was also a production manager, which is a position in filmmaking that is near and dear to my heart. I love doing it. It was a job I thoroughly enjoyed, and does not get a lot of respect in terms of filmmakers kind of understanding it. She was the first, one of the first real heads of a studio, executives and producer with a major television studio.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like the first woman to run it. And she built that on her back, like her talents in comedy and her talent of acting and singing and so much, helped her reach her goals, which is another thing that I really find like inspires me, like what I want to do, like with the Scene Snobs and stuff like that. She noticed talent. She knew how to harness that talent, but also help it blossom. She guided many influential people in the film industry, both men and women. And she founded, like you said, shows like Star Trek, The Untouchables, Mannix, things like that. Like were all found on Desilu's lot. They were a part of that studio, and she had been around for a long time, just slowly building her career. And then once she got to I Love Lucy, built it up in such a huge way, and it became so influential to television in itself. And she to be a producer and a production manager for every episode,
and a mother,
having
mother to also like show and play in front of so many people as a mother, having to set up little, photo shoots just to show off her being a mother to then go back to work. Like that's pretty crazy, man. You talk about hardcore working mom. She was one of them.
Yeah. And so 100%. Deserves so much credit, and that's the thing, because she passed away a while back, I think it was late 70s, early 80s, I want to say. In 89. Okay, 89. So I had it up and I wasn't sure. But in 89, she was passing away. She was older by that point, but like Desilu, became so much more and moved on and was so influential in television that it's hard to not shine a light on, especially when it comes to Women's History Month. And I felt that she really deserved to be mentioned and remembered, because I think as we go away, I see more younger generations kind of moving away from the classic TV, because there's not as much in reruns and such anymore to kind of discover. Well, I hate to say that I Love Lucy might go away, to a point where, maybe it isn't as big as we remember it being, even when we were kids, but I'm anxious to definitely shine a light, and hopefully people remember and go check out how amazing that show was, and how amazing a lot of her shows were that she was on. So that's my choice for the first week.
Excellent choice, man. So I like this. So I'll go with the nouveau versions, and you go with the classics. I'm a fan.
That's fine. It was a big toss up, and I think my original choice for this week, I'm gonna have as my choice next week. I won't say her name and go about it, but she was very influential in screenwriting for a woman at a time when that wasn't something that was really there. So, but I'll talk about her next week when we do it. So we got, this show is great, guys.
Thanks, Facebook user. I mean, obviously. Well, let me tell you what you should watch. This show. Yeah.
Put it down. Stop going over to the Golden Globes and finding those losers and get over here on the Scene Snobs.
Who wants to listen to the Hollywood Foreign Press? What is it? 40 dudes drinking wine? Come on.
Does the Hollywood Foreign Press have Jeff Dwoskin? No.
Jeff Dwoskin! What up, Jeff?
There he is.
Hello.
The D to the W to the O to the skin. That's what she said. Jeff is here. Jeff is on the channel. You can check out Crossing Streams every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m.
It's one of my favorite shows.
I know. I was on it last week, and Casey was just gushing.
It's what I do. It's what I do. I've told you I gush over this guy.
I even convinced you not to watch Suits. I love it.
No, of course, because it's a terrible show.
Oh, rich white people complaining.
Didn't take much of a push. Look, if our last segment taught us anything, it doesn't take much to convince me not to watch it.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell Facebook user Betty White definitely deserves
a lot of
love and praise. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about Betty White and what we're doing. Betty White gets a lot of praise, and she deserves it. It's well-deserved praise, but she's still in the limelight. and memories of so many. We want to shine lights on, like Casey said, with going with the new wave, maybe influential women in the industry who don't, don't have what do you call it? Like a light shined on them that they deserve, and like women of the past who worked in the industry and were influential into building women's work in the industry.
The women who basically laid the foundation, and the women who have excelled for the new school, for the new era. And for me, Ava DuVernay has opened so many doors and become such a household name in such a way that I think she absolutely deserves to continue getting that praise, even though A Wrinkle in Time it was a movie.
It was a movie.
It was definitely a movie.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to say, look at this cute little boy.
Oh, if you would like to help out with Brady's eye infection, please join us on Friday evening for the Brady Telethon.
He is so cute. He's so cute. Brady does need an eye surgery, so keep in mind he has to have his eye removed because there's an infection behind it. We are raising funds now. The GoFundMe page is on a link on the scenesnobs.com. You can go now and donate, or please share. I said this earlier in a video I did. If you don't have it to donate, which we understand, there's no shame in that, but please share it out and let's try and get as much help as we can. But this Friday on March 5th at 6 p.m., we are starting an 8-hour live show to kind of keep going and trying to, make some money from them, have some guests on, things like that. So Casey and I will be hosting, and we're going to have a ton of guests. So please join in. Facebook user says, then I give you either Regina King or Angela Bassett on continuing to change culture. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And I agree strong, especially Regina King, man. She crushed it with One Night in Miami. I mean, that was so good. So bargain good.
First of all, if Regina King ever came on my show for an interview, there would be about 45 minutes of just asking her questions about 227 because I love that show.
I mean, if it were on that. I know. And if it were on this show, it would just be the entire hour of me gushing over her because I have been a Regina King fan since, I don't know, Martin.
Nice. No, she wasn't in Martin, was she?
She was a guest star, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone was a guest star in Martin, bro. It was ridiculous. Rewatching that show, I rewatched that show, so I have seen things before 2000, clearly. Definitely on a rewatch of that, yeah, just falling in love all over the place, left and right. It's so good. The 90s style alone. Like, I'm falling in love with dude styles. I'm like, what happened to big giant Bugle Boy shirts? How come I can't wear those anymore? Ugh. And baggy pants and stuff. I just can't pull it off, man.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Why are you doing this to yourself? Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it. Well, on to the next topic, which is, and Casey's already there, the dimensional void.
Dimensional void.
We're talking about parallel dimensions, alternate realities in TV shows, movies, comic books, and such that we think would be okay to live in. We'd actually survive it. And join in with us. Let us know if there's any that you guys are interested in talking about. But so, Casey, what are some alternate realities that like you'd be cool with living in? There's no problem there.
Well, there was one in Sliders that I really liked. It was the one where it was the utopian culture.
Okay.
Yeah, the one where everybody actually had free healthcare and everyone was taken care of and had free housing, and it was pretty cool. Now, the judicial system there was not great. Like, it was pretty much, everything was either they killed you or they let you go. It was A or B, zeros or ones. Now, aside from that, as long as you didn't break the law, I mean, it was fantastic. Who wouldn't want to live in a place where everything's taken care of and you don't have to worry about things? You can just go live your life. That is fantastic. Sliders has a lot of good places to live. Just strange little caveats that, I mean, we could all figure out and get along in.
What was the one? It was like one of the first ones, too, where they had like murder hornets that were like this big.
Yeah.
And like, remember, it was on the back of Arturo's back. And he turned around and he's just like, don't move. And I was just like, so when they said murder hornets last year, I was just like, yeah.
That was your first thought, was Sliders?
I thought just giant murder hornets were coming towards us from Sliders. Yeah. That's terrifying. All right. Yeah. Somebody says, we need a clear explanation of which dimension on TV and TV movies or comic books you'd want to live in? I mean, just pick one.
I think that's pretty clear. I like House of M. If anyone is aware of Marvel comic books, I do love the House of M.
There's no mutants, but you run risk, man. Alternate dimensions within the show, or just alternate dimensions for existing.
Existing.
What would you
want to live?
Seen an alternate? I don't know who this Facebook user is.
It's more exciting that way. Don't press it. We don't want to find out.
We don't want to find out. I don't know who this, but it's very simple. No, I'm just kidding. Really what it comes down to is if you've seen an alternate, it doesn't matter where you've seen it either. You could have been on a show Friends for all we know. We don't care. You just tell us which one you'd rather live in. Which one do you think would be a cool one to live in? So if I am not being clear enough and I'm not picking on you, please tell me. I will try and do better. I promise you that. I will try and do better, but I think we're there.
But the House of M universe would be fantastic because there are mutants, which means there's a very good chance I could be a mutant. And that's valid. But the first part of House of M, it takes place where they're in a place where the mutants, superior human sapiens, they're the ones who are in charge. So the humans are actually kind of being subjugated and being put down and chased and hunted and all that jazz. So if I were a mutant and I were in charge, that'd be great. It'd be super sweet swell. Because then you get your power and you can just use your power willfully.
Okay. So you wouldn't want to do that. That's a big one, man.
Yeah.
Like just one I'd want to live in. I'm kind of cool on convenience. So like I just want an easy one. Not quite sure what that would be.
Well, I mean, there's the Black Mirror worlds.
No, I know.
What?
No.
What?
No.
You don't have to be involved with the terrible stories that happen. You could just be one of the simulations.
The one with Ryan Reynolds, the NPR guy. What? Now I'm confused. Or Legoland. Okay.
I mean, look, Legoland could be cool. Me as a Lego, being able to just swap out hairstyles.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team, bro. Just saying.
No, listen, I don't want to get sued.
I could be a knight and not have to own any property.
That's
just
true.
a Lego knight. How rad would that be?
You should be a Lego knight. I feel like that's your calling in life.
To just be a Lego knight and slay Lego dragons?
You are a Lego knight, sir.
I'm okay with it.
I kind of dig the idea of living in the Twilight Zone. But being like a side player in the Twilight Zone.
Nah, man, because that means, there's too many things I've seen from too many movies or too many shows, too many episodes of that where, anything that Rod Serling is introducing, I don't want any part of. Because that thing could turn around and come after me.
I've kind of been on it. I don't care. I don't mind. Rod Serling. But if you're in it, if you're in the Twilight Zone, not entering the Twilight Zone, already in it, then, no, that necessarily doesn't mean that you're going to be safe.
No, of course not. How many times are like things blinked out of existence? Yeah.
Oh, this brings up a good point for me. Okay, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's a great choice, but that's not my choice. Oh my God. Who said this? I want to know who Facebook user is now. Without risk.
Which risk?
What risk? Yeah.
Because we don't know. You might still have to wear some kind of protection. There's no guarantee.
What is happening?
I don't know. We're talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is your topic, bro. You tell me. What did you expect out of this topic?
I would not want to live in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Toon World. If I'm going to live in an animated world, I want to live where the Looney Tunes lived.
Okay, well, that's better than what I was thinking. I thought you might go Cool World.
No, for Space Jam.
Oh.
Because that's an alternate reality in Space Jam.
It is, absolutely. Now, are you cool with aliens?
Yeah, because they ultimately get defeated.
Right, but at which point are you joining in? Are you post-defeat?
No, I'm just hanging out, man. I let Michael Jordan take care of business.
You want to be in the stands?
LeBron is going to take care of business in a new one. So I'm down, man. That's where I think I would live. You get hot little bunnies running around. Look at me. I'm starting to sound like some kind of weird bunny fetishist.
Yeah, right? I had no idea you were so into bunnies, bro. Was there maybe like a petunia pig kind of deal?
I'm kind of hoping that maybe I would be a bunny in that alternate reality.
Okay, see, hold on. Now we're throwing a whole new thing in there. Can
I'm in. Let's throw the wrench in, man.
Can I be a tune in one of these worlds?
Yes, let's do that.
Oh, well, dude, I'm going Cool World all the way. I want to be a wolf.
Ooh.
Come on, those guys are so cool. Like 1930s slick cool.
All right. I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. But Cool World, really? I mean, you get a lot of problems with Cool World.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to be around the problems. You're a tune. You can go do whatever you want.
Yeah, but not if you're running around like a wolf. It's innate, I think, at that point.
Yeah, because then you kind of have to be stuck in whatever character you're choosing. And you're going to be more guided by them, and you are drawn that way, so you don't have much choice.
But now it's not just tunes. So if we have a choice in these alternate realities of what we can be or want to be, but it has to exist within the alternate reality.
Yes. So
like we couldn't say, hey, we'll be a tune, but we'll be in the Twilight Zone. Like it's just not how it works.
Right. Of course. So, I mean, that's outrageous in our made-up game.
Yeah, I know, right? We have to have rules.
Always rules.
Oh my God. What are we, Golden Globes? So with that though.
Well, no, they have rules too. It's how much can you give them?
Yeah, that's legit. Yeah, that's so funny. So but within our rules.
Oh, hey, did you get that? The plot thickens.
The plot does.
I am not getting fat, thank you. I mean, my arms are getting a little more swole.
You mean
I've been getting my gym on.
You mean Casey plot?
Hey-o.
So where are we living now? Where do we go? Where do we end up?
You see, if I can be a tune, it's probably actually going to be smarter to go into Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I feel like there's a lot more options going back and forth between the bridge and tunnel crew, as it were. Yeah. As long as you don't work for R.J. McCall or whoever that guy was who murdered everyone, and then the judge, of course, who was a nightmare, who looked just like this.
See, that's why I wouldn't want to live there. There's just too much trouble. And he was trying to kill all tunes.
Yeah. Oh, he was murdering. Straight up murdering. It's dip. You can't have that. That's never good.
Like at least the aliens, the Monstars, were trying to enslave the Looney Tunes to go to a
better.
No, I don't know.
Potential servitude of a planet.
Well, now I feel like this is getting out of hand. Wonka Land after Charlie takes over. No, you can't have a business run by a child.
Well, no, because then it turns into Snowpiercer, and it's fine. You get to be in front of the train, man.
God, it does turn into Snowpiercer.
It's exactly what it is. I'm sorry. Someone told me about that, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. It was like a 20-minute YouTube video where they broke that whole thing down. And if for you people out there listening who we love and appreciate, if you're not aware, Willy Wonka was a movie starring Gene Hackman many moons ago. And the story being that when Charlie... Gene Wilder. Gosh. Would have been better with Gene Hackman. I stand by the statement.
This would have been a mad candy store owner. Could you?
That angry scene would have gotten way more serious.
Oh my God!
He would have punched Charlie in the mouth.
Actors that are miscast in certain movies.
Yeah, Gene Hackman was obviously not cast properly. They wanted Gene Hackman, wound up with Gene Wilder. They saw the French Connection. They're like, "There's something here. Get that Gene guy." And it was the wrong one.
No, they put up a paper on the bulletin board in the commissary of the studio, and was just like, "Gene, we need you." And Wilder was like, "I'm there," and he ran towards it.
He was in the middle of doing producers. Was like, "I'll go take care of it." Sure.
And Hackman was like, "Foiled again."
Out Gened again.
He's like, "I'm not fast enough to be the better Gene."
So anyway, Snowpiercer is what would happen as Charlie takes over of the factory and then loses his mind and the world is ending. So he builds a train that would just run around the world perpetually to save humankind because that's what you do.
That is ridiculous, and I love it. And I want to see that happen. I want to see that connection.
Well, they turned Snowpiercer inexplicably into a television show. Good movie with Chris Evans, aka Captain America. Highly recommend if you haven't seen any Captain America movies. And then turn it into a TV show with Daveed Diggs, whom I love Daveed Diggs, so I was quite excited to see him on screen. And Jennifer Connelly, who's glorious in everything she does and just looks better somehow. I don't know how in the world she does that.
I know.
What is that about?
Beautiful in the 80s and just somehow aged and looks even more beautiful.
Yeah. I think Dark Water was her low point.
The only other person who can pull that off is my wife. And let's see if she listens to this episode.
Look at you go, you sly dog, you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so then moving past Mike's whatever. So,
all right. Here's the problem with everything we're talking about. Here's how I'm going to derail Snowpiercer. All right.
By saying the name wrong.
Snowpiercer or Piercer?
Piercer.
I thought
you got to pierce it.
Oh, I don't care. So anyway,
have you seen it, Mike?
It's no Train to Busan. Let me tell you that.
No, it is not. Or Darjeeling Limited.
Oh God. All right. Here's my problem. I'm stuck in this realm of like, what actor could we miscast in a role that would just make it so absurd? And one that popped into my mind was you take Happy Days, you take Arnold. Not Arnold, Al. Because Pat Morita was Arnold. You take Al, and you switch him with 1990s Al Pacino.
Oh, God.
He's just like, what is going on here? Are you kidding me, you kids? Fonzarelli, stop breaking.
Oh, what are you guys doing? Fonzie. Oh, get out of here. I'm going to set a flamethrower to this place.
Last time, Fonzarelli, put a quarter in it.
Hey, Richie, come here. I got an idea for you, kid.
When I was in the war, I got a finger in the ass. So what are you going to do about it? And Richie's just like,
just gives him a humanist speech. I'm a humanist, the last one.
then there's the episode where Richie is getting kicked out of school for not ratting. And then Al has to come in and represent him at the school.
And Johnny, Patsy, Trent, fuck you too.
That would be so good. Oh my God. Now who else?
I love how excited you are about this because there's so many options.
God. I had so many other topics planned, but I'm on this now.
Do it. Let's go.
So we got to put Nicholson somewhere. Where can we most miscast Nicholson?
Oh, you know what? You could put him in any Tim Burton remake of those Alice in Wonderlands as the Mad Hatter.
He's just sneering at everybody's like,
well, this fucking Queen of Hearts is about to get it. Done with her. What's her deal? Hey, Alice, drink this. See you in the back of the car in about 25 minutes.
Oh, but I feel like there's something. Okay. I got it. Nicholson as Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, my God.
It's so miscast.
First of all, there's no kicking ever happening.
Well, that's the new Walker. It's so miscast. Yeah, the new Walker, they just talk their feelings out. That's how that works.
Well, that's exciting.
Jack Nicholson in Perfect Strangers, but not as Uncle Larry, as Balky.
So you have Jack Nicholson, and then who else would be Larry?
Christopher Walken. Hey, what are you doing?
I don't understand why you're always yelling. Don't look at me like that. You're going to lose your face, guy. What am I supposed to say here, Balky? Let me tell you what Balky is, you fucking moron.
I grew up on Minneapolis. That's what I call it. I don't know.
I used to do this. I used to have sheep, and those sheep listen to me.
Oh my God! Who's gonna stand on those walls and protect those sheep? Is it you, Weinberg?
You, Lieutenant Weinberg. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Have you ever danced the Dance of Joy by the pale moonlight?
I don't know what you mean by dance of joy, but let's try it. I love to dance.
I love it. Oh my God. There's so many other actors we could put in terrible roles for them. Oh my God.
Just those two alone in anything. Oh, that could be fun. What about Walter Matthau in Home Improvement?
Oh my God.
He was the next door neighbor talking to Tim about what in the hell is that racket and why are you breaking everything? What's going on over there? And why are your kids idiots always getting in trouble? That would have been solid. That would have been solid.
Walter Matthau. Oh, what do you mean more power?
I don't understand more power. Why do you need more power? What's wrong with what you got?
Oh my God. Oh, but you got to get somebody like Jane Fonda to play Jill. And she's like, Tim, stop going in my kitchen. And it's just Jane Fonda because like she's such a good actress, but she'd be out of her element.
Oh yeah.
Like she'd just be like yelling. Oh my God.
Oh, what about Matthew McConaughey in Step by Step as Cody?
No, I don't know because that's very
actually that almost fits. Never mind. That actually fits.
Nobody can replace Sasha Mitchell, but if Matthew McConaughey was in that role, I could see him pulling it off really well.
Well, because he just walk around like, "Hey, y'all, what's up? How we doing? Hey, what's up, Uncle and Auntie? How we doing? Y'all, good to see you. What kind of wacky hijinks we're getting into this week? All right, all right."
Yeah. How about? Okay, hear me out. We take. Oh, I just lost it. I had a good one too. Oh, what movie was I going to say? I know the actor, but I don't want to give the actor up until I get the movie back. So you do another one.
Okay. Let's see. What if we threw Jack Lemmon, whom I love? I think Jack Lemmon is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think Jack Lemmon in Full House.
Oh my God.
Now this is Jack Lemmon apartment. Jack Lemmon moving into the Danny Tanner role. And I think that, or no, screw that. He'd be the Uncle Joey role. I mean, come on, cut it out. Let's go, guys. I don't understand. What's the problem?
Danny, there's too many damn kids in this house.
Why are all the children here, Danny? All the time.
Sean Connery as the step-by-step dad.
What are you damn kids doing? Get out of here.
My name's Frank Lambert.
I'm Frank Lambert. Why are you people here, you idiots?
I have to hire the shelf on the wall.
Stacy, get in here. What is this report card about?
Cody, let me talk to you for a second.
Have you thought about not slipping Mickeys in their drinks?
Oh my God.
It would be good. I like that.
The brothers in Wings. Like, let's get like the least that like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I mean Clint Eastwood is Steven Weber is perfect. He just sits there like this the whole time, going, "The hell's your problem?"
But we need Clint Eastwood like late 70s, early 80s. Still like wants to bang women, is still like hitting on women, but he's like mean as hell to him. But who's gonna play the brother?
Helen Chapel, why don't you get over here and get in my plane? We'll go for a ride.
Oh my God. Who would play the brother? We have to have somebody who's like the antithesis. Oh, Charles Bronson. It's not
Charles Bronson, the guy who comes around and tells him where he's going to put his foot.
Every time somebody goes to buy a ticket, he just stares at him. He's like,
through the window from his desk, just.
And they can see him. Like they buy a ticket, and he's just like, and it's just like, what? Why am I getting on this plane right now?
It would make Lowell's, walking in on them all the time very weird, and the arguments they would have would be very uncomfortable. They just glare at each other. That's what it turns into. They don't actually talk during their arguments. It's just staring.
Oh my God, Macaulay Culkin as MacGyver.
Whoa.
Well, I mean we've seen Home Alone. Well, it is.
He did technically MacGyver his way through that situation, so I guess that's what happened.
This was like one of those rare situations where somebody was just spot on and doesn't understand what we're doing.
Yeah, I guess they nailed it. Now, Macaulay Culkin as Jack Reacher would have been terrible casting.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that? He's standing there and he's out there with the five guys and he's like, I'm giving you a chance to walk away now. And then they step towards him and slip on micro machines.
The whole time he always has setups and gadgets around him because he can't fight. I mean, he's way too thin and small, and he would definitely just get assaulted. Or, funnier part of Jack Reacher, he just gets beat up the whole time.
No, you got to have Michael Cera in the role.
What guys? I don't know, because he did that Scott Pilgrim. So he's been technically a comic book hero.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
All right. Saying, so, if you're gonna hit Macaulay on MacGyver, you gotta catch that one.
All right. I'll give you that one. Well, I'm not gonna give it to you. It's fairly a givable moment. So
thank you.
So I will say this. Okay. All right. Because I'm having fun with this one. So let's take another one. I like how we're adding them to TV shows. Like we're just like, all right, let's put them here and see what happens. Okay, so we have Wings. We have Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood play the brother Wings. So let's do Cheers.
Oh gosh. Okay, so for Woody, I'm trying to think around the time frame too as to who would fit really amusingly well in there. Sidney Poitier is Woody in Cheers.
He's just giving advice
the whole time.
The whole time
it's great advice.
But everybody else is acting the way they would treat Woody.
Exactly.
Poitier, so all of his advice is just sound and makes sense.
And then you have Norm over there like, well, I don't know, or Cliff with the whole, I don't know if that sounds quite right there. But we're very funny, Woody. You're a funny kid. Sidney Poitier.
It's like Frasier still getting mad at everything he says for being stupid, and it's just like, but he's still like, it's Sidney Poitier doing it right, like has all the right advice.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh my God. You know who I want? I want like George Clooney to play, but like old George Clooney, like disgruntled George Clooney to play Mr. Feeney. Mr. Feeney.
Oh, I like that one. Yes.
He's just kind of mad.
I'm on board with that.
He's just kind of mad the whole time.
Grumpy the whole time, but with an edge. Not like Feeney grumpy where he's snarky. It's all turns into edge.
Like, Feeney cares about them even though he's pretending not to. But Clooney as Feeney just doesn't care about them.
Like, just give him the look like, what are you even talking about? Why are we having this conversation? Do you listen in class at all? Yeah, that would be the perpetual running joke because he can't sell his house because these jackass kids live next door, so he's just better at them for that.
Yeah, everybody wants the neighbors to take down that treehouse.
Oh God, yes,
but they won't, so he can't sell his house.
Ooh, and he's actually the head of the HOA, and he constantly keeps serving him papers every episode.
Oh my God, what are we turning this show into?
A bad show.
Drew Barrymore is Evil Lynn and He-Man.
Which Drew Barrymore, though? Because if we're talking about Drew Barrymore, actually, that's a lie. I hate all Drew Barrymore. Hate is a strong word.
Come on.
Dude, I'm not a big Drew Barrymore fan. Like, I mean, I like the role she's in. She's not a draw for me at all whatsoever. Fever Pitch was great. Not really because of her or in spite of her. It was great. She's just not one of my favorite actresses, man. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I get that a lot of people like her. Different strokes for different folks. I'm not a big fan.
Here's the thing about Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore was never like a sex symbol to me. Like every time I've seen her, I wasn't like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. Like I just never felt that attraction. But I've always wanted to just be friends with her.
I'll give you that. Absolutely. She seems like a fantastic human. I have nothing against the woman. I'm just not really much of a fan of hers, Like
legit fans. Like I want to hang out and like I hang out with you and talk to you. I feel like she's that cool type of person. I feel like she and Dave Grohl are the two types of people you can sit down at a table with and just have a great conversation. Oh yeah. And Matthew McConaughey, I throw right in that mix because he's just going to be deeper. And you know me, I love my weird pseudo deep conversations. But that's the thing. Like if you're going out with Matthew McConaughey, you're going to have a deep conversation. I'm talking about those friends like when we're just sitting there and you know you're going to go, and it's just going to be fun. It's going to have like a nice, fun talk.
Ooh, yeah, okay. So like dick and fart joke friends.
Not even dick and fart jokes. Like, you know, you're going to learn something, but at the same time, like when we talk, like we're not dick and fart jokes. Like when we're off air, we're just like talking about stuff we like. Well, actually, it's kind of what we do on air too. But you know, that's why that's why it just works. But you know, like this, like I feel like they could be on the show and we could all just have fun conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can't say that about every celebrity.
No, absolutely not. There's a lot of them who are, well, part of that too is the way we see the celebrity. So if we're intimidated by the person, we're naturally going to guide the conversation in a different direction or put out a vibe that makes us feel uncomfortable. But they seem like two people who are very comfortable. They're very affable. Keanu Reeves, absolutely.
I think Keanu Reeves gets pegged as somebody who would be deep and inspirational, and he can be. But I feel like if he's really friends with you, you're just going to have a cool hangout.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. And Kevin Bacon. We should make a list.
Yeah, we should have a list and just be like, these are the people we want to hang out with. Oh, and Blaine Weaver. Blaine
is awesome.
I love Blaine. I really do, man. I mean, they were great. Him and the Nelms brothers, they were definitely people we've proven that we can. God, you son of a biscuit.
I got my signed copy by Blaine Weaver, Getaway, the Blu-ray.
You know who else is really cool and comfortable and able to converse with? Jeff Dwoskin.
Jeff Dwoskin is an amazing person to talk to.
And Ron Lippett.
Ron is pretty funny. Ron's a good dude.
I love Ron.
Ron jumped on the show last night and was commenting along. It was a lot of fun. Exactly. Hence why it is a terrible cast for Evil Lynn. But it's not so much a terrible casting like, okay, she would just be really bad in this role. It's the miscast. It's the Clint Eastwood being the bumbling brother who's just kind of the ladies' man, but it doesn't work. And it's like, what's wrong with you for putting this man in this role? Like,
I think almost any super mega dramatic actor trying to do a sitcom right out the gate, that's immediately where you're going to mess him up. I say that, and Dule Hill actually crushed it in Psych, so I could be totally wrong.
True. I mean, he's just a fantastic actor. He can pull off so many things. Dave Bautista's Mork from Mork and Mindy.
I love that.
Good one. That's a good one.
I love that. Although, I think that would be hilarious.
But that's the thing. I think if you re-imaged, like back in the day, if you put Dave Bautista in Mork and Mindy, yes, that's a perfect choice for this miscast. But if they redid Mork and Mindy and put Dave Bautista in the role of Mork, I feel like it might be a fun show to watch.
Well, yeah, now, especially because we've seen Drax. We've seen him what he's capable of. So I think it would be more of a spin on that. But if we're talking wacky zany, supposed to be Robin Williams, Mork, oh, gosh, that's terrible. Now, the question is then becomes Mindy, because I'm thinking someone we hearken back to whom we discussed earlier, Angela Bassett. You put Dave Bautista and Angela Bassett together in what's supposed to be a wacky sitcom, that could be hilarious.
Well, the problem is it's just not fair because you and I have always talked about Angela Bassett. We'll put her in everything.
Dude, she's phenomenal. She's one of my all-time favorite actresses.
She's just great in everything. So there's no still losing there. I mean, watch Vampire in Brooklyn. She was in a vampire movie. And she was great.
Yep. Definitely the highlight of that movie.
So I'm having such a fun conversation here, but we do need to kind of wrap it up because we have another show starting in a little bit.
Yep.
Make sure you guys hang out for Carpool Shenanigans at 10:30 p.m.
Love Carpool Shenanigans. Make sure those guys are fantastic human beings, those peoples.
Yes. Tomorrow night we have at 6 p.m. Pulling Focus podcast where I and Brian from Brian and Brian from Skyline Indie Film Fest, my partner over on Pulling Focus, and I sat down and we had an interview with the great Michael Pare. That was so much fun. It was awesome to talk to him. He's a great guy. And he shared a lot of tidbits about Eddie and the Cruisers and even the Warriors, which he wasn't in.
Well, yeah, but man, you and your Eddie and the Cruisers fix, brother. I know you were probably just in love. I can see
Streets of Fire, man. I was just like, no, Eddie and the Cruisers as well. But like, I'm just like, Streets of Fire. I was like, tell me all about Streets of Fire, the whole 9 yards. And he gave us some good tidbits about that. So like, he told it was like what it was like working with UV Bowl so much, and all that stuff. So it was a really good time. So everybody should check that out. That's 6 o'clock. Then tomorrow night at 7:30 is BTB podcast. I don't know who will be on. We'll figure that out tomorrow, and we'll figure out what we're talking about tomorrow. And then, of course, the great Jeff Dwoskin is on at 9:30.
Crossing the streams.
Crossing the streams, baby. And we have so many other great shows with the Guapo Show. We have which is like has a bunch of
Guapo Show, man. They've been on fire recently.
We have a brand new show coming out this week. Comes out Thursday at 6 p.m. It's the Final Onesies Horror Podcast.
So excited for that. What time can we find that, Mike?
6 p.m. Eastern, sir. I haven't added it to the site yet, but we're getting there. And so it's going to be my conversation with two of my co-hosts, John and Dan. We talked about Dan also hosts Master Shake's Moderately Mixology. I keep messing up the title. I got to work with him on that. So we all sit in onesies and we talk horror. Frank is also a part of it, but he couldn't be there. But our interview with Michael Abbott Jr. from The Dark and the Wicked is right after. Frank and I sat down with him, had a great time. It was a lot of fun. That movie is crazy, so everybody should go check it out. Then the Guapo Show is at 8, and of course, the Ear Hustling Podcast is at 9. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The HB. And
then Friday, the epicness of all epicness is going to happen. Casey and I, who is it? We're going to get the Hogan down. Casey and I, you're more Hoganish in color.
Oh, yeah.
Casey and I are hosting the Save Brady 8-hour online fundraiser event. It is the Fundathon, as I like to call it, where Brady needs an operation and we're raising money for him now. So please, you can go donate. The link is over on the scenesnobs.com. If you cannot donate, that's completely fine, but please share it. Share it out to your friends and such. That's a big help. But our 8-hour online event starts at 6 p.m. and goes till 2 a.m. March 5th. That's all Eastern. You can follow along with us. We have some great people coming on. It's going to be a lot of fun. And who doesn't want to save this pup?
I mean, if you've missed telethons because of COVID and everything that's happening, if you haven't seen a good reason to have a fundraiser in a long time, you look directly into that dead eye and you tell me that that your heart just doesn't melt and make you want to help with that eye infection. Oh, look at the baby.
Look at that puppy, dude.
I know. I just want to cuddle him.
I do too. So let's everybody get together and help save Brady. So this Friday, starting at 6 p.m., going to 2 a.m. Join us. It's going to be a great time. I am, of course, Mick Manhattan, Scene Snob. Thank you for joining. Make sure you go and hit likes. Like us on social media. Like this video. Like this podcast wherever you're listening to it. And then make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Be well. Be good to each other.
All right, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Adios.
Hi. And that's our show, everybody. Thanks for listening. I am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob.
Oh, then there's this
always
ending.
Appreciate you guys tuning in and commenting along and everything. This voice is go
stupid.
check out this show or any of our other shows.
Fine. It just feels a little, low-key-ish.
The Scene Snobs.
It is low-key-ish.
We love you.
I'm going to talk like this so everybody doesn't realize it's my
Please,
stupid
if you would like, follow and subscribe to our social media. That really helps us go a long way. And please spread the word. Tell your friends. Have them come in.
Definitely. We need everyone to subscribe. And like everything.
You have a great day. Again, thanks for listening.
How many times can you say everybody?
Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.